Welcome to another game of Shattered Bonds. The group last time we left off had a little rough patch. The party is starting to show stress from being in the Underdark. Morty has gone on a vengeful binge, throwing fireballs and becoming more vicious than he normally would be. He's not his normal cowardly self. The group has noticed this after a run-in with the trolls. They had delved deeper into the troll caverns, slew a great number of them, and where we left off, a troll had started to run away. The group had started to pursue, and to their shock, they had seen a amalgamation of troll limbs, troll mouths, troll eyes, huge in size, wandering down the hall. The troll that escaped them had skid to a stop in its tracks and had called out for its chieftain. So where we left off was a new combat about to start. Now, before we get started, I do want to mention, if you see me raising my hands and you see that I have bandages around my wrists, do not worry. Nothing bad had happened. I actually had carpal tunnel surgery. I was not listening to Hawthorne Heights or anything like that in the background. I merely had surgery last Friday. It's why I didn't stream them. And we are getting back to a regular schedule now. So I'm pleased that all of you are here. I am actually not drinking alcohol right now because I am on pain meds, which is the responsible thing to do. So I'll salute you with a strawberry coconut fruit juice, I guess. But cheers to each and every one of you. Thank you for stopping by. After I get done with this, we'll go over, we'll see the cast, and we'll get going. So, let's go over to the new setup for Shattered Bonds. As you can see, we've done a little remodeling of the page, and hopefully everyone likes it. Let me turn on my audio real quick for the group. Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Now, as I was telling our viewers the last time we left off, your party had a little bit of infighting, along with fighting some trolls.
A little bit.
A shocking showcase of new viciousness in your wizard. After the group has been steadily hurt, not everyone is at their finest right now. And you guys had managed to let slip one troll who was starting to run down the hallway. As you spun to go after it, your group had caught sight, all except for Brick, of a large abomination looking troll with two heads, multiple mouths protruding all over its body on arms, torso, extra eyes growing, has roughly about 4 arms and 3 legs. And the troll had come to a skidding halt and cried out for its chieftain. Being as injured as you are, we will pick up on the niche where we left off, which was at the top, which was Voxis first.
Okay. And the troll's still alive, right?
The one troll
The
is
original.
still alive. Yes. It had made it past the fiery orb, which I believe still has 4 rounds left on it.
Okay. Not good. Because as anyone who's watching was here last time, these particular trolls can mutate chopped off body parts. So I got to be careful. Well then, since I'm not concentrating on anything right now, if I remember correctly,
You did have the enlarge.
Oh yeah, we have the enlarge.
On
4 rounds left.
I believe yours would actually have 6 rounds left on it because you cast it 2 rounds after he had cast the flaming orb.
The numbers are actually 3 and 5. I looked up in our chat just to make sure.
Okay.
Because Cloaky.
Okay, 3 rounds. I'll keep that
Thank
on
you,
there for 3 more rounds. Then, and that's his actual token size, right? He
is a huge target. Yes.
Okay, so I can't knock him back with wind.
In this cave, the troll stood roughly about 9 feet to 10 feet tall. This one looks like it towers roughly at about 14 to 15.
Okay. Does anyone look bloody in our party?
Selichah looks injured but not bloodied. And from your position, Bricc looks to have taken a few bruisers as well. Okay. Surprisingly, Morty looks very healthy and untouched. Except for the massive hole in the side of his robes where he took a javelin to the ribs. But no blood is stemming from it currently.
Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to cast this on Bricc. So third level, I guess I didn't call it out, but 3rd level healing word.
Okay.
So 11 points on Bricc.
All right.
And yep. And then I am going to fall back. Actually, I'm going to move forward first. And I am going to use the second effect of my chakram, the crashing waves. Since it does make a spell, let's see. Yeah, so since it does make a spell or a melee hit plus the spell hit, I'll target that guy. So if something breaks off from him, it's not from the big guy.
Okay.
So it's a cone in front of me, so they'll both get hit. Let's see here. The melee attack part of it.
And just for those of you in chat, if you're watching, this is a item action, not a spell that he is casting. So yes, it would function with the healing word.
Yeah. And then there'd be the cold damage.
Okay. So 18 is definitely a hit. The troll will make a strength saving throw, correct?
Yep, strength saving of 15 or half damage.
Okay. So, it makes a 15 on the dot, which means it'll take half of the 17 cold. The large one troll rolled a 7. I do not believe that's going to make it with a 13, so he will take the full 17 points.
Yep, so, and then the first one will take 17. The slashing.
Tears a large gout along the back of it. As you release the shock from your hand, and it spouts an icy blast in a large radial cone. But Oh, that one actually had 7 hit points already on it, so it took a total of 8 and 10 is 18. So, all right. Does not look bloodied yet.
Okay. And then I will use a little bit more of my movement to fall back a little here.
Okay.
And that'll be my go.
All right. So next up on a niche is Mordithas. Morty, at the start of your turn, I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. With that, you do not let up on your rage. You are unshaken by this large creature that is coming down the hall, as the betrayal of your party has stoked the fire so much in your heart right now that you are literally seeing red.
Okay. All right, I'll play it off on this one. So Morty's seeing the new giant thing down the hallway. Now, I'm just curious really quick. Is this right here a gap that I could be able to see him and target him with magic?
Yes.
Awesome. That's what I wanted
If
to
it
do.
is blacked out, that is an actual wall. The brown that you would see curving up is where the floor starts to curve into the wall.
All right. Well then, that's perfect. Morty, seeing the guy down the hallway, seeing that this is now that this is a bigger, like, monstrous creature coming down, in his fury, he's just going to point at it, and on an almost bloodlust-like rage, is going to cast Fireball straight at the creature.
Okay. That is dexterity saving throws.
Oh yeah, and Roy, just so you know, both of my charges and my chakram have been used now.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be the 3rd level, not the 4th level. My apologies. I clicked on the wrong button.
Okay. Go ahead
So I
and roll me
apologize on that
the... So it would be 8 die 6, not 9. So just roll me 9 die 6. Or 8 die 6. Sorry.
Okay.
And it looks like the bigger one manages to somewhat hunker down from the blast. And
So there's the... So
does
22
not-
plus 9.
22 plus 9. Okay, so 31.
One.
Okay.
Yep.
So the second one does not appear to be as affected by it, but the first one takes the brunt of the blow as it explodes. So minus 31. Okay.
Burn, baby, burn.
I have to double check. Hit
So
points
angry.
on him. He is bloodied now. The big one takes that. All right.
Morty not happy. And then as his bonus action, he's going to slam Firebally McFireball into this guy right here, because he can only move it 30 feet.
Okay.
And judging it, I should be able to get it right. I should be able to get it right here
Okay.
within 30 feet.
So since you are doing the slamming, it is the
Mhm.
4 die 6 saving throw, which the troll will actually make, so it'll take half, but you'll still deal the extra die 4 of bludgeoning for it being currently an enlarged object.
Oh, you mean the 46 damage? Got it.
Mhm.
And then the 46 damage is that, and then the 1 die 4. There you go.
So takes half of the fire, and then the full bludgeoning, so 7. Okay. It is still
And-
up, but as you roll that ball into it, you can smell the burnt skin sizzling off of it, and you can hear the wail as it lets out a terrifying screech.
And that is Morty's turn. He's clearly too angry to really be coherent. So, or really be like, yeah, no, I'll go with coherent. He just kind of slobbering, just yeah, it's great. I love it.
All right. So after Morty is Brick. Brick, you see the fireball go off. You hear sounds of more trolls possibly coming from that direction, and you see the giant rolling ball of fire jump over Cloaky and slam into a troll that you can just barely make out. Nope, you can full on see it.
Okay.
But you do not see the large creature around the corner.
Yeah, I guess I can't really do too much. So, Brick is going to move just a few... let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right there, that's where I want to be. And I'm going to throw 2 javelins at this troll.
Okay.
Now I do have a question. Can I throw these javelins through the fireball or through the flaming spear, and possibly do fire damage with them as well?
You don't have anything that would be ignitable on the spears.
That's fair.
I mean, I would probably allow it with cover if they were ignitable, but since they are not, I'm just going to say it's a straight attack roll, and it will have partial cover because it is a large sphere in front of you. Except for you're probably... No cover actually, because you are running. You could spear from here before getting to your spot.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, Brick will huck 2 of these.
The 17 will hit.
Excellent. I'll just roll that real quick.
And now as you spin that corner, you do catch the sight of the large abomination in front of you.
Uh-oh.
Or huge creature in front of you.
That's not good. All right, 6 piercing damage. Oh, that's a sad 6 piercing damage from my 1 javelin. And yeah, Brick will just kind of be ready for whatever's coming next.
Okay. Then you are done.
That'll be it for me.
It is then Cloaky's turn.
Cool. Is there enough room for me to stand here, or do I have to stand in the fireball to do anything?
You would have to probably get close enough to end your turn, but you have enough that you could move in, attack, and leave, but you would potentially take an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's not great. But okay.
Might have to turn your... I don't know if we can turn you up at all, Cloaky, or get your mouth a little closer to the mic.
Sorry about that. It's just really loud in here, so I was being quiet.
You're perfectly fine. That's a critical hit.
Sweet.
Oh.
So your first die would be max. Your second roll would be a 2. Oh, it is max.
Oh, yeah.
So 10 points. Okay. It is still currently standing. Your second hit will hit as well. For 7 points. So with that blow, as you run up, you can tell it's going to run and flee from the rolling sphere of fire. You run up in a A quick flurry of blows as you punch both knees out from beneath it as they buckle, and it falls back into the flaming sphere, igniting itself wholly. As it burns to a crisp and dies.
Perfect. I'm gonna get the F out of here.
Okay.
Oh.
Anything else for your turn?
That's it.
Okay. Next up would have been that troll, but he is no longer able to go. So it is then the large creature as it comes barreling forward. It will stop just short of the group, right in front of the ball, as it will take a few swings. A total of 5 attacks.
Jeez.
1 bite and 4 different claws. It will throw 3 claws at Cloaky, and its bite and claw at bite and a claw at Bricc. So we will go. The first 2 attacks will be on Bricc. 1, 2. So a 22 AC with the bite.
That is a miss.
And a 14 with the claw.
That is also a miss.
And then it will take 3 claws on Cloaky. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Murder me.
Does an 18 hit you, Cloaky?
It does not.
Okay, because that is my lowest attack.
Sure.
The second hits a 28, and the third hits a 30.
Oh, those 2 will definitely hit. Are you kidding? I'm just a little bit.
Do you have anything that could reduce damage on yourself from a blow?
I don't think so. Let me check my items real quick.
Okay. The first one will do 21 slashing damage,
Jiminy Christmas.
and the second one will deal 16 slashing damage.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Are you down?
I'm super down. I'm all set.
Now, that second swing that would drop you to 0, that didn't do more than your constitution in a single hit, did it?
Yeah, it did. What?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean total after you hit the 0, the remainder.
Oh, hold on. I'm not sure.
Well, it's more than your total life, not your con, isn't it? For
Oh,
that.
yep, you're right. I'm thinking
It's your
of
total life,
previous
yeah.
edition. That's my bad. That's the problem with, playing every edition under the sun is you start to get some of these rules mixed up.
Sorry, I subtracted the whole thing at first. The second one was for 16, right?
37 points total.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no way she has that little amount of life that would have killed her outright. So
Yeah, the total doesn't equal my whole health. No.
I thought Roy was pulling some weird homebrew work, and I'm like, I'm about to be scared.
So I did at first too, and then I saw where he was going. I was like, wait a second, that's not 5e.
Yeah, no, that's I believe that's 3.5 is that you
Honestly, I
go to
thought she
negative
was
your
like
con.
a zombie or something. I was like, oh crap.
Nope.
Oh, no,
You
it's
caught
a
it.
troll.
I caught myself. We're all good. So Cloaky goes down.
No, Punchy McPunchface.
After that, it goes back up to Voxis. So basically, the 3 claws came in. The first one she ducks under, and the second 2, it's almost like a whirling saw blade as the first one swings over, and then she doesn't quite recognize in time the other two that are coming around, and the two large claws just, shred her clothing and leave long gashes across her torso and leg as she crumples under the two blows.
Yep. So, obviously, as the group's healer, I'm going to have to do that.
Okay. So you will heal 11 points, Cloaky. Remember that you have gone down once. If you go down again and get brought back up, you will take a level of exhaustion, as per our exhausting death saves.
Yep. And fireball's still going, so I won't drop focus. I don't really have much else I can do that isn't requiring concentration. Yeah, well, let's see, how does this, well, let me look at this item here real quick and see how it reads. So if I have that ring of spell storing and I have a healing spell in there, does that count as using an item interaction, or does it count as a spell for limitations on how many spells you can cast in a round?
It would technically count as an item interaction because you are activating the item with a spell charge inside. Same thing as if you were activating a wand. So you could...
I'm going to use my item interaction for that then to cast another first level healing word on Cloaky again.
Okay.
Which is, I think, just 1d4 plus modifier.
I mean, every little bit helps, right?
Yeah. And that'll be my turn there.
Okay. No movement or anything?
No, I'm fine where I'm standing.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It ended its turn inside my flaming sphere.
Yep.
Oh,
right. I thought that was the beginning of your turn if it was within.
Nope.
Right.
End of his turn. So that would be 4d6.
Ooh.
I'm okay with that.
He got a 21 on the save, though.
Okay, so he'll take half.
So he will take... Yeah. That is damage. Okay. All right.
Sorry, totally just realized
Nope,
that
you're
we'd started going a little bit too quick. So, my apologies.
It would then actually be your turn, Morty.
Okay,
you can roll me another wisdom save at this point.
Okay. Oh!
As you did watch Cloaky almost get torn in half.
That seems very appropriate. That seems very appropriate that he's now terrified again.
Does the 8 change that? Does a +2 change
Nope.
that?
Nope. He just watched this
he
monstrosity
is...
come in and almost tear, Cloaky in half. I mean, those
she
blows.
was dead.
Yeah.
She was dead. In one swing. Yeah, he's that kind of just shocked him. His rage went from to ah. So okay. I'm trying to find out. Can because he does look very deformed. Can I use Arcana to see if he recognizes if this creature is from this plane of existence or not?
Yeah, I'd give you that.
Okay.
17. So there's not a whole lot about trolls and arcane nature. You do know of studies of where mages have tried to recreate the regenerative properties in other creatures. You do know that there are often mutations in trolls that can cause them to grow a second head, more appendages. With a check that high, you don't know a whole lot about it, but you do know such creatures are often known as dire trolls and are extremely dangerous.
And from this plane of existence, then?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as you know they're generally native creatures.
Okay. Then, in Morty's panic, as you know, because he's terrified at the moment, he's gonna back up. He's gonna move about to here, and just use his bonus action to just slam the flaming sphere back into Biggins over there.
Okay. So
that'll be the 46 plus 1d4, or excuse me, 46 plus 1d4.
It rolled a 1. So it'll take full damage from that blow.
Yay!
Ooh, that is pretty good damage. That's 21.
I only got one more turn left on this flaming sphere, so I need to make it work.
It has taken a considerable amount of damage already, and it doesn't even look phased by it.
That's not good.
Morty, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Morty's kind of still petrified, so that's his turn. He backed up, and he just, smacked the thing. Okay. That's it.
Next up is Bricc.
Cool. Alright. So, Bricc just saw Cloaky go down, and is technically still laying there, although she is conscious again. So I'm going to move over here to kind of body block her as much as possible.
Okay.
And swing 2 good old hammer strikes.
Okay. Bricc, I am going to let you know if you end your turn here, you will be taking damage from the flaming sphere. I didn't call it out last round. That's my bad. But this round, I will be having you take it because you are within 5 feet of it.
Cool. I'll do it. I'll take it.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit.
Okay. Let's see what we got here. Handy dandy. 7 points of damage. Ah!
Okay. Any smite to that?
I am out of spell slots.
Okay.
And I assume a 26 hits as well.
26 will hit as well.
God bless. 13 points of damage.
All right.
And as he hits it, or as he's hitting this thing in one of its legs, he's gonna say, "Why don't you try on picking someone closer to your own size?"
Okay.
Or something to that effect.
Okay.
And that will be the end of it.
It is then Cloaky's turn. Cloaky, you are still within threatened reach of it. Just so you are aware.
I'm aware. This isn't ideal.
Oh, Bricc, you've got to take the damage.
Oh, yep. Give me a dexterity saving throw with your +2.
It's 8 total.
So go ahead and
I am
roll.
resistant to fire damage, though.
You are. You recognize, everyone sees it for a brief moment as the fire coalesces over Brick's armor, and you see almost what looks like molten slag, and instantly cools.
Oh, sweet. I don't have to roll damage. Okay.
Oh, Wait,
No, you
hold on.
you still have to roll damage. He's resistant.
Oh,
it means
okay.
he takes half.
So,
So
yeah,
he'll
I'm not
take
gonna
quarter. So
Oh,
half,
okay.
half of 11 would be 5, and
No,
half.
I
of-
still take 5 because I failed my save.
Oh yeah.
So I'll only take 5 points of damage.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do those stack like that? I've always wondered that.
Yes. So
They
if
do
you're-
now.
If you're resistant and you make a save, because you would technically be having it, right? You would then
Yeah, I
quarter
wasn't
it for
sure 'cause
resistance.
I just there was no like set thing in the book, and it always confused me.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So, sorry, Cloaky. Back to you.
It's cool. I'm just thinking about how to not die. Again.
I mean, you could move away.
Oh, thanks. What a novel idea. I guess I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna disengage.
Okay. So it'll be half your movement for standing up, and then disengage would net you 15 more feet,
15. Why? What?
isn't it?
No.
Just have your movement
I'm a
to stand
monk.
up.
Oh, right. You
Oh.
have much higher speed.
Yeah, I do.
First Silhouette, thank you for showing up. And thank you for the follow. So yes, you may move half your movement.
Bye. Okay, that's gonna be my turn. Thanks, guys.
Okay. So we'll get rid of that troll real quick. After is the creature.
He's going to make 5 crit attacks against Brick.
He can
Yes.
try.
I told you I would make the effort to show up. I didn't know this was all remote. That's so awesome. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. The group might be in a little bit of trouble here. As the creature
We're going to die.
You kill me though, for real. I want to die.
proceeds
My-
to... Yes, it will take all 5 swings on the little metal man in front of him.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Little metal man.
Oh,
Actually, no.
Pride.
It is actually going to use its rechargeable ability called Whirlwind
Oh,
of
God.
Claws as it starts spinning.
Oh,
I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Brick.
17?
That's pretty good for a metal man.
That is pretty good, but that is not a success.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no!
the thing about how we should have just dipped the F out of here.
Okay, so it rolled twice, so I'm taking the first one. As you take 52 points of slashing damage,
What?
as it literally turns into a whirlwind of claws and teeth as it starts shredding your shield and your armor to pieces.
So good.
Now, that is the only thing it gets to do this round.
Oh,
Does that
thank
mean
you.
it- Does that mean it's not moving?
Oh, it's moving. 1,
Well, it's a good thing Cloaky
2.
moved away.
3, 4. As it will move to there, basically shoving its way past the ball. And
Then it ends its movement in its ball. Or in
it
the
still
ball.
ends its movement in the ball.
Yeah, and it'll go off on your round, right, Morty?
At the
No,
end of its
when
turn.
Anything? Yeah.
No,
when
no,
anything
no.
ends
The
its turn.
spell itself.
Yes.
Yeah. I have my last turn with it on my turn.
Okay.
Okay. So, That is the biggest hit Brick has ever taken.
The only hit Brick's ever taken.
I wouldn't say it's the only one.
The only one that mattered.
As everyone sees Brick like hunker over for a brief second from all of those blows, it proceeds to move past. Go ahead and roll me damage for the enlarged flaming sphere.
I did.
13.
It's 13.
Okay. So he will take some damage from it. At this point, he does look bloodied.
Oh really? I'm only about dead. That's all there was to it.
Well, all of you do notice that each of the heads on this troll does look like it has been scalped and rescalped to have top knots formed on each head. And you did hear the other troll call it a chieftain. About dead, but not dead, so I respect that, is what First Silhouette says to you. Brick. So, that is the troll's turn. It is then Voxis, who is now within reach.
I don't like this at all, and I can't melee it because I run the risk of making things worse.
Or better.
Well, better for the troll, maybe. Well then, I am going to, no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to use, let's see here, my, last second level, or actually I'll just use my last third level, to, heal Brick up a bit.
Thank you. Oh.
How's he looking?
I mean, I'm still real rough, but
He's still bloodied.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, can I make an attack on the ground just to get my bonus defense for bardic inspiration?
Technically, you could because you can make an attack. It's silly. It's silly.
They just have to hit,
but I will give it to you. Yes.
Or can I just like backhand him for like bludgeoning damage, the same as like a melee? But I'm just like backhanding him with the chop.
I love this.
Yeah, I'm gonna move closer and backhand him, so I'll just roll like unarmed strike, I guess.
Okay.
If that'll work for you. I don't know if you want the damage from unarmed strike or not, but we'll
see. If you're rolling to hit him and you hit him, you're still doing damage.
Yeah. Should I roll the 2 hit with
your unarmed strike?
Unarmed strike, or your
chakram. That's up to you.
Which, because the chakram has a much better 2 hit, and then just the 1 damage from backhanding him with him, we can, if that works.
Well, if you're using your dexterity to hit, I'd still rule that you're doing your dexterity's bonus to damage.
Okay.
So you could minimize your dice and say, I only want to deal a point. Or you could roll a 1. And just completely whip it.
I get 2 attacks, so for 2 ones. Wow.
Oh no!
Because I didn't hit, I can't use my defensive flourish. So
bad rolls.
Let me make sure. Let's see here. Let me read the wording. Whenever you take, if your weapon hits. So yeah. So I'm gonna die.
Okay. Next up is Mordithas.
Okay. Well,
your rage is your rage is completely gone at this point.
Oh, it's gone.
It's
gone.
It's sheer terror almost.
Does Brick go before the creature?
Yes.
Okay. Morty's going to call out to Brick, and he's going to hold his action. He's just going to yell to Brick, "Get over here."
Okay.
And as soon as Brick is within range, Morty's going to move up here to get within threat range. As soon as Brick is within range, Morty's going to use his staff's teleport ability.
Oh.
Is it an action or what's the time on the teleport?
It's a single action.
Yep. If he's readying to do it, it turns it into a reaction. He's naming a specified action to go with a specified occurrence.
Yep, I was just making sure it wasn't like it took like 10 minutes to cast or something. So
Yeah.
Nope. It's not teleportation circle.
That's the one. Okay.
It is the straight teleport.
As soon as Brick gets within my range, it's a 10-foot cube, so I would literally have to be right here. He would have to be touching for all of us to be able to go.
Okay.
I'm going to teleport just all of us to the predetermined location that I sent you when I first got before we entered this.
Yep, and your ball's gone at the beginning of this round too.
Yes. And that will be my turn.
Okay. All right. Brick, it's your go.
Brick hears Morty yell this. He's gonna boom, 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 25 feet.
Okay. You're then using your reaction for the teleport?
Yep.
Where are you going?
We are going to the library, or not the library, the room where I found the book.
Okay.
In the town.
Just so I'm making sure, it's the university,
how familiar
right?
is he?
It's not the book from the Drow City, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, I did not have a map prepped for that.
I hope he's familiar with this because I don't want to end up in the middle of a wall.
No, we determined that I was very familiar because I spent hours in there just because I was bored.
Yes,
going
he
through
did. So real quick, I gotta do this.
Okay, so just for clarification here, where, like, I obviously Brick doesn't know this, but where are we getting teleported to?
Cloaky's town.
Okay, is that okay? I didn't know if it was somewhere else that I didn't know about.
So I have to get rid of some figures off of this board real quick.
Dang.
Well, if we weren't accused of, being demon worshippers before, and this time.
And this DM is why you never get rid of old maps.
Yes.
Hey.
And technically,
people are alive, right?
This is not the same map as this. It is just a quick reference to put it on here.
All the things in this room.
Yeah. So we will put all of you up here for now. I know your hit points aren't going to match because you're a few sessions behind on this one.
Good enough.
That's okay. Voxis is very healthy right now.
But you do teleport into a large, opulent chamber that looks to be some kind of study. And you find a man sitting at his desk as suddenly there is a whoosh of air and a popping sound as just a swirl of coalescing almost runic stones start to spin off of the top of the staff and start to spin around your group as a purple mist envelops you. That popping sound, suddenly you find yourselves in front of a desk inside a large office / library. And you see what appears to be a balding, middle-aged man. Looks to be human, wearing scholarly robes. We are going back to the university, correct, Morty? Not the Drow.
We are going...
Because originally you said that the most you spent time in was the study in which you stole the book.
Shit, I did say that. Okay, yep, we're going there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, that's even better.
So
this is terrible. That was my misplay. Hooray!
In
You
a
teleported halfway across the world.
yeah,
You're alive, aren't you?
I mean, yes. But isn't Morty like a wanted criminal here?
I now have to find this professor's name. So give me one moment as I flip through notes.
So we teleport in, and Cloaky's like covered in slash wounds, and Brick's all dented to hell.
But you're alive.
I mean, yeah, and then Morty and Voxis are like, man, that kind of sucks. You guys are doing, Voxis, you were an excellent support in that combat. Like, I'm very glad we had you on support duty.
This is what I get for having notebooks
This is
full.
Let's wait. Make sure this guy isn't like a 20th level mage and isn't going to nuke us.
Honestly, like, I'm trying to think of what Brick would do in the, like, I'm kind of glad Roy has to find this guy's name, because I had to think.
Yes. Take a moment
There's...
to yourselves while I look this up.
For what it's worth, there is a good chance he won't outright try to kill me because he's still trying to get his notes.
Here's the thing, friends. I have no idea where this is. I've never been here. I don't know what this is.
I accidentally teleported us somewhere very, 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 very not near where we were.
Well, that's not great. We have things to do over there.
You guys are currently in Sharn.
I guess we could just teleport back. Morty does have the spell still.
Well, in a day he will.
It just takes a little bit to recharge.
Took 7 charges off of the staff to do.
Yeah, so it's going to take a while for it to recharge a little bit, like maybe a day, day and a half, maybe 2 days. But on top of that, I also wasn't super familiar with that place. I mean, we were kind of in a dungeon. Well, we were underground.
Yeah, you can get us. Get us back to the other library.
Yeah, it was the place he was most familiar with.
Yeah.
Well,
which is a place he studied by taking and stealing notes during his college years.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh no! He did that. It's just he didn't necessarily steal. He allegedly stole that professor's special information. He didn't know about that. He was just trying to get test results or test answers.
Morty, go ahead and roll me a die 100.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
As you are very familiar with this room, so you arrive on target as you appear in the room in front of a balding middle-aged man. As you recognize Professor Morgan. Professor of ancient giant studies of, the downfall of giant kind upon Zendrick. As there's a pop and a rush, and you see his papers from his desk go flying all over, and he, in a brief moment, reels back and grabs looks like he grabs his chest, and his other hand goes for a staff next to the desk.
Hey!
As he is flabbergasted by the sudden appearance of you. As he looks at your party, and he readies himself. And you can tell he's just got this dumbfounded look on. How?
Magic.
He points the staff at you and he says, "Don't you start, Mordithas Bryn.
Wait.
You have never, ever been capable of such magic."
You think that, but you might be right. But hear me out. These guys are really hurt, and they need to be taken care of.
These people are of none of my concern. Where is my book?
Funny thing that you say that.
Before I engulf you in flames.
If you engulf me in flames, you're never going to get your book back.
You see, he cocks his head for a second, and then he slowly points his staff at the rest of your group.
I suggest pointing the staff down before I
Brick. They need heals. Helps them, please. You do that, and I'll get you your book. I promise I did not mean to take your book.
I owe nothing to a worthless dropout.
I'm not saying you owe anything to me. They have not done anything wrong.
Hey, Morty, why don't you just give this man his book?
I am happy to do that so long as I know for a fact that you are all not going to be blasted into nothingness by him out of his rage.
You see, he lets one hand off of the staff. He keeps it pointed at your group, but he holds out his hand to you. Did you leave the book on the ship?
Yes, I did.
Shit.
Jesus Christ, Morty.
To be fair, that's the safe spot. That is a safer place.
It is the safe spot.
Now.
He looks like he's waiting.
They need to be treated, and I will get you your book.
Roll me a persuasion check.
This is going to be terrible.
I really want to put disadvantage on you because of the sudden appearance, and he has a contract for your head outright.
Yes. But he does want his book back.
He does want his book.
He doesn't know where it is.
So I
know where it is.
I will cancel the disadvantage because he is in a tight spot. I will allow it just to be a straight persuasion roll. Sorry.
I'm letting you know right now that's not really going to make much of a difference.
Okay.
Okay. With that, he lowers the staff. He looks at Voxis, Brick, and Cloaky, and he says, "The three of you, wait outside my door." And he motions the staff as you see a greenish light around the outside of a large oaken door. And as you're looking at it, you recognize ironwood that is also bound in heavy steel. Swings open after a brief green flash around the outside of it. You can see that there are runes that have been etched into the steel banding.
I'm just gonna follow instructions. I don't need to piss any people off today.
Let's just do as he says, guys.
Okay.
Brick, come on.
Are you okay, Morty?
Just go on out. You should be okay.
Just remember, diplomatic
If-
mission, Morty.
If you hear explosions, run.
Brick will reluctantly follow the other two out.
Okay. As you exit the door, you see Morty. You see Morgan quickly snap the staff aside as the door slams shut, and you can see the sheer anger on his face as he's looking at you. Mordithas Bryn. Now, the book.
All right. It's on our ship. I can take you right over there.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not. I didn't know that we were going to be... First off, I didn't even know that I had it. I had no idea that I actually had that. All I was trying to get were test answers, and you know from what I was doing here, you know that the only thing I ever really cared about were test answers, because I just wanted to get out of here, and you know that. It's not like it was a big secret. I would never have tried to steal something of actual value.
My question is how someone as dumb as you could undo the ritual bindings I had on that book in the first place. Let alone why you would take it off my desk. There are books lining my walls with those answers.
But it had all the answers in one spot.
That book had nothing to do with any of the tests.
It didn't?
No. And it contains my life's work on the
Oh.
empires of the giants that were there in Zendrick before the fall.
Oh. Hey, actually, it's funny that you mentioned them. We found some weird things in the underground areas that we just teleported out of because they were about to die. Yeah, it was real. Like there were these like
Slow
weird
down.
ogre. They were like scalping themselves, and they would have this weird Topknot thing, and it was like crumpled skin on top of their head. It was like really pointy. It was very.
Breathe.
They wanted me to be their diplomat, and I was supposed to explain everything to these peoples, the ogres and whatnot. I was just trying to be like a good diplomat, and it was working out fine until they all of a sudden didn't accept my slang or my dialect of undercommon. I mean, people are weird. Anyway. So yeah, with that being said, I mean, I could absolutely take you to that same area. I mean, it was really, really interesting. I'm sure it would do great advancements to your research.
How were you even able to manage a spell such as teleport? I know that is out of your capabilities.
Got a thing. He's gonna show the rod.
You hold it up and he
or the Voyager
looks
staff.
at it for a second and he makes a couple quick hand motions and pulls a little bit of dust out of his pocket and throws it into his own face. As you see his eyes start to glow blue. Where did you get something like that?
Oh, it was actually cool. We found a creation forge.
You see his eyes immediately. What?
Yeah. We found a creation forge. That thing was so cool. There was this big godlike creature that was standing in front of it. It was amazing.
You see, puts his staff against the desk and starts pulling out parchment and starts writing it down. What are the coordinates?
Oh. The drow person that was with it, she has to be the one to tell you. I don't know.
I tell you what. Give me the name of your ship so that I may scry upon it, so that I may familiarize yourself, and I will take you to your ship. I can't teleport to the book because of my protection spells that prevent scrying on it. and divination on it.
Okay. But I want them healed.
Fine.
You've
I
not-
will- I
you've
will
not
pay
given
for
me
them
a-
to be healed.
Okay. All right.
I want my book, and I want the location of this creation forge.
You have to talk to Cloaky. Cloaky's the one that can that can tell you all about that stuff. I have no control over that one. They did kind of want to kill us, but I mean, again, it was a freaking creation forge. It's kind of worth it.
Yeah. There are only a few in existence, and most of their locations are unknown or highly guarded against any kind of arcane retrieval.
Oh
As
yeah,
he-
it's guarded.
Picks up his staff and grabs the parchment off the table. He walks around the side and motions his staff to the door as it flings open again. And he looks at your party and he points at Voxis and says, "You, Drowborn, where is the creation forge in Cendric?" Because remember, Cloaky is all covered up and everything. He can't see that, and she wears a mask.
Oh, gotcha. Shit. My apologies.
So he is going racially off of what you just said.
Yep. I'm gonna point towards Cloaky and say,
and Morty's just gonna whisper,
wrong
I
drow.
said
Sorry.
she. Actually, you know what? I don't want to. I
Looks
don't
back
want to label
and-
people. My apologies. But I don't believe he goes by she.
Your friend has guaranteed healing and respite for your group at the expense of taking me to my book and guaranteeing me the location of a creation forge. Cloaky, out of game, your character knows that they are not supposed to talk about that.
Oh yeah, hell no! I'm not telling them anything.
That was part of their guarantee that they could leave the city, is that they would never mention it.
In character, I said you would have to talk to her about it. I can't give permission on that one.
Turns back and he says, "Very well." He turns towards you, Cloaky, now that Voxis has pointed at you. And he says, "I am very interested in this creation forge. It is a artifact of giant kind, something that dates back to the ancient empire of giants. I would be very interested in studying this.
I'm afraid I can't help.
Really?
Truly, I cannot. I have no idea what this man is talking about.
You see Morgan turn slowly, and what was suddenly calm starts to cringe upon his face, the expression of anger again. And he looks at you, Morty.
Where else could I have gotten this? This is me, and you know this. Where else could I have gotten this?
Very well. I tell you what. Your group is free to stay upon the college grounds. I will grant you access to a dorm room so that you may rest, and I will call upon healers. I will not press this subject further," as he looks at you, Cloaky. "Since you did not guarantee such a thing, I will not question you on it. Please, let me, you see, makes a quick motion and, puts his fingers to his lips as he whispers something, and then kind of makes the motion like he's throwing it to the wind. And he says, "Please, if you want, take a look around the library. Do not take anything," as he looks back at Morty. And he returns
Not
to
a
his
student
desk.
anymore.
I'm gonna get the hell out of this town.
So, So you're just gonna walk out and leave?
Yeah, I
Hey,
have no
Cloaky.
interest.
Okay.
Cloaky?
Cloaky.
So as the rest of you, I assume, follow Cloaky as she tries to make her way out of the place.
Yeah.
I am.
You, as soon as you exit this large hall that looks like a library, you find yourself in just spiraling staircases. I mean, if you could imagine like the Harry Potter type of castle, that's what you're in. And as you wind your way through for a bit, you come to the outside, a crenellation on the outside that you step up to a railing and you can see the vastness. You are thousands of feet in the air upon probably one of the topmost floors of Sharn, as you see large bridges crossing vast expanses of air. You see elemental skiffs flying from floor to floor, ferrying people. And you recognize that you are definitely not in the Zendrick anymore. This dwarfs Stormport.
So I'm gonna turn to Morty. You little shit. Where the fuck am I, and how do I get out of here? I don't want to be here. What is going on?
Hey. We needed to get out alive, right?
You
I
were
got
alive.
us out
I'm just
alive.
anywhere else, please. How do
We
I get
can
out of
get-
here?
We can get back, okay?
Like now.
Just you got to give me at least a day.
I don't have a day. I don't trust the people here. I don't want to be here.
You know what? I understand that. I can appreciate that. But unless you learn how to fly, you're probably not going to be able to get out of here. We have to wait the day, and then I can get us all straight back to the ship.
I'm not a fan of what has happened here.
You think I am?
You know, I feel like this is some sort of karmic justice for what we just did before this.
Yeah, but now I'm angry, so I care about it.
Cloaky, if all else fails, we need to rest badly.
Disagree
You guys,
about the rest. I just don't feel like there's any way to rest here.
We'll be okay.
you're gonna have to try. It is actually pretty comfortable
Yeah.
once once you get used to the dorms. It actually is surprisingly nice. But
Do you have any spells that could protect us from eavesdroppers and reinforce the room? I do not trust him, especially because you talked about something we were not supposed to ever mention.
Oh, we weren't supposed to talk about that?
yet.
Oh. Oops.
This is something that you will have to take up with people who are more powerful than I am.
Yeah, remember all those people that wanted to kill us and we kind of were vouched for as not being bad people?
Do you remember
All of
We're
them.
not bad people.
And all of the people who vouched for us probably want to kill you too now.
Listen, I'm not saying.
Brick, you gotta hold your mic closer.
You know.
Listen, guys. I think right now we just need to go and rest, and we can.
You
talk
try
about
to
this.
save lives. You try to save
Saying
lives.
that, like,
And
rest,
all you get is more death threats.
I don't really know how to rest when I have fear for my life. That's not like a
I don't.
situation.
No. You guys are going to be perfectly safe. I'm the only one at risk here.
I'm the one who
Just-
has information, and you have confirmed that I have information.
No. You'll
You
be
did
perfectly
do
fine.
that. You did
Oh,
do
no,
that.
I'm not saying I didn't confirm that you have information. I'm saying you're still going to be perfectly fine. He will hold true to his word. He
I
will
have
hold
no
true to his
reason
word.
to believe
I personally will likely be killed within like the next couple hours. So, that being said, you guys rest up.
Cloaky,
I'll tell you what.
I
Morty,
hope they taught you how to safeguard your mind from magical intrusion, because I do not trust this mage.
I don't either. And I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Just why I would like to get the f out of here. What about all these fairies? Can we pay one of these fairies to get us out of here?
There are fairies here?
That's
Not
not
flying ones.
Not the fae.
The problem with that is that if administration says no, which we can't use it.
You mean to tell me that you have gotten me trapped thousands of feet in the air, for what I can tell?
Oh, no, we're not trapped.
Okay,
Just
so
give
we
me
can go.
Yeah, in about a day.
I don't have a day.
But then we can go.
We're gonna have to make it a day. We're gonna have to make it a day, Cloaky.
You give me a day, we can boom go just gone done.
You're saying this like it's a choice that I have? There's no choosing happening.
I'm not saying it's a choice. I'm saying just it's one of those situations where you just kind of have to roll with the punches. You're a monk, you know.
Show you some punches.
Oh wait, no.
I think let's just go find this room that the old man was talking about, and
the one where he's most likely to be able to find me. That doesn't. Nothing about this makes me comfortable. I don't want to be here.
Cloaky, do you trust me?
No.
Yeah. That's not a good line coming from you, buddy.
Morty, I need you to be quiet right now.
Last time I heard you say that, you were openly lying.
I am not gonna.
Last time I heard you say that, you were openly lying. To me.
If it's within my power, I will not let anything bad happen to any of you while we were here.
I don't think there's anything you can do about a mage deciding that it wants to crack open my brain and dig around inside it.
I've found that surprisingly, mages are particularly susceptible to hammers.
That's assuming that you get the hammer to the mage, and I don't have faith that that's a thing.
Don't worry, I've survived worse. We'll be fine. I promise.
I don't like this.
Let's go rest, everyone. I think we'll feel better after a nice long nap. What time of day is it, by the way, DM?
That is a good question since we've been underground.
Now that you're up and out, you're probably guessing it's mid-afternoon, early evening.
Look at that. We fought our way through the day. Let's go get some rest, friends. I think that might be the best for all of us.
Hello, Popper.
This is a good idea.
Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so as you guys hunker down, as you guys are sitting here arguing for a little bit, it doesn't take long, but a half-elven woman approaches your group. She is wearing the robes of a student, you would guess. Morty, you would be able to confirm that just by looking at her. In fact, she is the first seat student that is underneath Morgan. You recognize Indra from your studies. She wasn't always fond of you, but she at least treated you with respect. And she didn't just completely out you for your scandalous behavior. As she approaches, you can see the look of surprise on her face as she approaches you, as she says, "Mordithas Bryn, never did I ever expect to see you again within the... What are you doing here?"
Funny story. It just kind of popped in.
Just popped in.
Yeah.
You made it through the school.
Oh, I mean, I'm here, aren't I?
Obviously, you're better at sneaking around now than you were when you were a student. As she looks at the rest of you and says, forgive me. My name is Indra. As she gives you a bow. I am the first seat under Professor Morgan. I am here to show you to a common room. I was told that he had guests that needed to sleep and rest.
Yep, they absolutely do, and heals. They're kind of hurt.
Yes. Acolytes will meet us at the room to tend to your wounds. So, if you don't mind, follow me and I shall lead the way. If you don't mind, this will not be a tour, as I was told that you will be potentially leaving with the professor on the morrow.
Yep, that's the thing that's happening.
Very well. As she starts walking ahead of you, she says, please, come. She starts walking ahead of you, and she appears to walk towards the crenellation with no edge as she pulls a wand out and mutters some arcane words. As you see a silvery disc, roughly the size of a small skiff, appears. As she steps aboard and moves to the front, she motions her hand. It is perfectly safe, do not worry. We should head down to the second story of the school. She looks at your group. Do you have other things you must
I'm just going to follow and say, come on, guys, she's good people.
I'm going to look over at Cloaky and just be like, well, what? I don't know that we have any other options.
There are always other options.
If you don't mind, I do have other obligations to attend to. I was merely asked to do this for you.
Hey, Cloaky, it's always better to be polite than to be rude.
You should try it sometime.
I'm trying to now.
Rack.
As he just grins.
Funny how you can be polite when it suits you.
Wish you would.
Cloaky, Intra cocks her head and says, I'm sorry, have I caused offense to you?
No.
I mean no harm. I merely mean to take you to the dorms. If it would make you feel better, I can simply draw you a map and let you make your way, but you will spend hours navigating the towers of Morgrave University.
Let's just do that.
Very well.
Brick hops up onto the disc.
She spends a moment. She pulls out a piece of parchment and starts to scrawl. She says, this is not going to be too match, and it is a very... Do you get lost easily?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay. She scrawls it out. She hands you a piece of parchment, and she hands you a signet ring. She says, I can only imagine the trouble that... And she glances at Mordithas. Your friend has gotten you in. I know he can be incompetent at times, but he generally means well. Even if it's not always under the most opportune circumstances.
The thing is that meaning well doesn't undo the harm he's done, now does it?
No,
Excuse me.
It really doesn't.
Thanks to my actions, we're here and not dead.
Dead would be preferable.
I would argue that there is a...
Dead would be preferable. You know, see if I try to help you next time.
Please don't. If this is what your help looks like, genuinely death would be preferable.
She approaches you, Cloaky, and she says, generally death is not the most opportune thing, even if you wish it upon yourself. As you notice, she slowly pulls back an edge of her robe on her arm, and you see the flesh has started to decay, and you see what looks to be bone. And now that you're looking at her face, it's almost like a porcelain mask.
As she does that, can I just divine sense real quick?
You can roll me a perception check first.
Okay. Sure. Brick's great at those.
Nope. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Oh boy, that's brilliant.
So you see that, and she says, it's not always the best way to go.
Not always, but I would still take death over what has occurred here today.
Very well. She hands you the parchment and the signet. She says, do not stray from the path that I've written down. To do so, even with my signet ring, may get you in some trouble. And you not being a student or a professor or even work staff could cause much more strain on yourself than is needed.
Understood.
She says, I know not your name, but know that my signet, I know where it is at all times. It is not a means to frighten you. It is just there is tracking on it so that I know where my signet is gone.
Noted.
At that, she steps back onto the crystalline ethereal boat and looks at the three of you. Well, shall we? As she motions the wand and you slowly descend into the towers of Sharn. Cloaky, do you intend to follow the map as coursed?
Yeah.
You can go ahead and roll me a survival check
Okie dokie.
with advantage.
Thanks.
Okay.
Shit.
That is definitely good enough. It will take you roughly 4 hours to get to the dorms, as it is winding staircase to staircase to staircase, making your way through separate towers, and you see just how expansive this university is. It is eerily similar to the tunnels of the Underdark. The only difference is the open skies upon the bridges. But something you do notice is that they are very beautiful up here, as you see what looks to be, ever burning lanterns, and you see the light of them only showers downwards and not upwards, and you see repositories with large scaled devices that seem to be reminiscent of what was in your city, to gaze upon them. Eventually you do make it down. The rest of you, it takes you roughly about half an hour to navigate through the air down to the dormitories. So Cloaky, you will be out of this for just a little bit. I'll come back to you. The rest of you, at the landing, Indra steps off and gives a quick bow to the rest of you. Says, please.
Morty's just following.
Get off.
Come on, guys.
Okay. She leads you for about another 10 minutes down some hallways. You see at this point there is lots of people, hundreds of people moving through the halls. It is a bustling day within the university. You do catch the odd glances every now and then as she leads you to A open chamber that appears to have multiple beds inside, and you see what looks to be a few people wandering around in what look to be gowns of some kind. Medical gowns, not like dancing gowns. And as soon as you were brought within, Indra turns and says, please. She motions to one of the people, and they come over, and she has a brief discussion that Professor Morgan has gifted these people the use of the facilities to heal. So if you could aid them, nothing too extravagant, just use what you can to restore their health, and afterwards fetch me and I will be back to take them to their dorms. As she turns and walks out for a brief moment, a man wearing the medical gown approaches you and gives a bow and hello, I am Taylor. I'm supposed to be healing. You're gonna need a Kenneth. As he looks at Brick, he says, "I think a Kenneth would be better to work on you." And he looks at the other two of you and says, "You're not students here, are you?"
I mean, I used to be.
Ah. And you're... I'm sorry, forgive my rudeness. I'm still adjusting to, after wartime, that your kind has been given free reign over yourselves. As he's speaking to you, Brick. I mean no offense by that. We'll get you patched up right away. As he leads you through, and various spells are cast on you. You can put yourselves back up at full hit points. Any damage is repaired via Kenneth technician bending plates back, fixing wood on you with, various wood growth spells.
Bricks, as they're going, Bricks going, mind the obsidian.
The Kenneth that's looking over you it's very odd. I've never seen anything like that.
Probably won't ever again.
Oh, well, do you mind answering some questions about it?
Depends.
For purely academics.
Ask your questions and I'll see if I can answer them.
Okay. He proceeds to go on, like, does it hurt? Is it like a rash? Starts prodding and poking. He spends about 15 minutes of asking various questions like that.
Brick will reveal...
I do not believe Bricks just said, "I am Groot," Barry, but thank you.
Brick will... just for reference here, Brick's not going to say anything about the Scorpion, about the city, or about the... anything that occurred within the city that's related to it. No, he's not going to reveal any of that information.
Okay. After you guys are healed, you are promptly taken to your rooms to rest. You will not be bothered for the rest of the night. In about 3 hours... Jeez. Sorry, my dog, farted over there and shook everything. The rest of you, it is another 3 hours before Cloaky arrives to your room. So, during that 3 hours, is there anything you want to do?
Go ahead.
Oh no, Morty's definitely not okay, because, yeah, he should not be here right now. So he's just gonna kind of, he's gonna act very chipper. Like,
Almost smug.
uncharacteristically, like, nice.
Okay.
Just, hey, so, yeah, you guys just, how are you guys feeling? You doing good? You feeling okay? A little bit better than a little while ago, Yeah, everybody's doing good, right?
Define good.
Well, you're all healed up, right? You
Yeah,
feel like a new man.
I was perfectly healthy beforehand, but
Yeah. But hey, certain death isn't staring us straight in the face, right?
I think we
Right?
could have fought through that.
I mean,
one,
for
Morty.
you guys.
As soon
How
as
you
we
feeling,
get-
Brick? How you feeling?
Morty.
You not
Are
you
there
know.
chairs in the room?
So.
I'm
this
sorry,
is,
I
this
couldn't
is
hear
why...
you, Brick.
Are there any chairs in the room, DM?
Oh yeah, it's like a dorm room. There's two about not quite twins, a little bit a full bed.
Okay.
In each corner there is two desks on either side, and also what appears to be kind of like a couch between the two beds.
Brick's gonna pull out one of the chairs, face it towards a corner, sit down in it, start shining his shield, and not talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of get
I'm
the
going-
cold shoulder, Morty.
Oh yeah, I deserve the cold shoulder here. Yeah, totally makes sense, right? Well, I guess since everybody's just gonna kind of ignore me. Yeah, Morty's just gonna like walk over to one of the beds and just lay down and sleep.
Okay. Boxes.
First, I'm going to cast a healing word into my ring, so it's back up to has another charge healing word in it.
Okay. First level, correct?
Just first level, yep.
All right.
And then I'm going to just kind of start using Prestidigitatus to just kind of clean up any of our gear that needs to be cleaned, because we were in the Underdark. It's probably pretty dirty.
Okay.
And then I'll just kind of sit in the other chair and wait for our monk to come back.
Okay. So Voxis, you can roll me a perception check.
Not a very good one.
Okay. The time seems to go by pretty uneventfully as everyone goes about their own things. Brick, you're shining your shield and armor at this point, cleaning yourself up. Voxis taking care of his stuff, and Morty resting. About 3 hours after the Cloaky, you approach the dorms, and you follow it to the letter. As you were wandering through the entire complexity of the Morgrave University, you did see various things that are like very new to you. I mean, you see sky ships flying overhead. You see that there are the vastness of variety of races within here. Nobody really stops to talk to you. They kind of just, are either running to their next class or anything like that. You do notice that there are shifting stairways. And you do, have to stop and watch people for a little bit to figure out how they work. a rune to the side and, having to turn it the correct way turns a staircase back to the other direction to another landing. And like I said, it takes you roughly about 3 hours. Is there anything you are looking for or kind of keeping an eye out for as you're going?
Yes, I am constantly making sure that wherever I am, there is a place that I could jump off of.
There are a lot of them.
As long as I am always within shot of jumping to my death, I'm fine.
Okay. Yes. You can roll me a perception check as you are going as well. Okay. With that perception check, you do not believe that you are being followed.
Okey-dokey.
You do make your way through the twisting and you eventually end up at the dorms. It's kind of weird that the map leads you exactly to, said room 4B of section 82A, and you come to a door. And on the outside of it, you see what appears to be a man dressed in chain armor. He has a long sword at his side. He's sitting on a stool and just appears to be... it's weird. It looks like he's smoking a pipe, but there is no... there's no fire within it. And what he breathes out is not smoke. It's more like a vapor.
Cool. I'm not gonna go into that room. I'm gonna hang out near wherever is a convenient place for me to topple off of, and I'm gonna drop the ring.
Okay. As you do that, the guard does look up and notice you and approaches, and he gives a wave and says, your comrades are inside. You fit the description that Indra left. And he looks down at the ring and he's holds up his hand. She said you would be skittish. I'm gonna pick that up if you don't mind.
No, I dropped it off. Like it's falling many thousands of feet.
Oh. Okay. As he looks over the edge. Oh, she's not gonna be happy. All the same, the Lady Indra has said that you may join your friends with inside the room, if you wish. I am simply here to make sure that no one goes in or out without the proper permissions.
Understood. I'm gonna just continue standing there.
Okay. He goes back and he sits on the stool. Every few minutes you can see he glances up at you.
I'm just gonna sit down and hang out here.
Okay. So you go to do your long rest out there. The rest of you, 3 hours goes by. Cloaky never arrives. 4 hours goes by. 5 hours goes by.
This is a bit concerning.
6 hours goes by.
I was gonna say at the 5 hour mark, I'm gonna get up and try to open the door.
Okay. You go to the door and it opens up, and outside you see the same guard sitting next to the door. Is he? Hello. Can I be of service?
Hi. We were just wondering where our other companion was.
He points.
She's a little late.
Like 20 feet away at a railing. You see she's cuddled up underneath the crenellation, and you're not quite sure if she's like, since drow I don't believe trance like elves. Technically you're not even that, so are you resisting the urge to fall asleep?
Yeah.
Okay. So at this point you're still fine, so you're awake. But you guys are probably about 11, 12 in
Late
the evening
evening.
now.
I'll holler out to her. Will you be joining us?
Not behind a guarded door, no.
Fair enough. I'll let Brick know that you're out here. Morty fell asleep as soon as we got to the room, so it's Morty. Then I'll.
Thanks for letting Brick know.
Sorry, what did you say?
Thanks for letting Brick know.
Yep. We'll try and check on you, and then I'll go back in and let Brick know that she doesn't want to come into the room because there's a guard outside, which is worrying, and she doesn't feel comfortable being back here.
So, I believe the rest of the night will go uneventfully. Cloaky, are you trying to stay up the whole night?
I sure am. I'm a miserable person.
Okay.
Ooh,
I will need Constitution saving throws. I will need 2 of them. Okay. So you managed to stay up the whole night. You do gain 1 level of exhaustion. Because you had done a full day of traveling plus the rigors of combat and then another basically half day of traveling. And then you stayed up all night. So the effects of exhaustion level 1, I believe, are just disadvantage on skill checks.
Hey, sorry, my mic was being kind of weird. So after Voxis tells Brick that Cloaky's out there, does he go to sleep?
Does Voxis go to sleep?
Do I?
Yeah.
I'll go to bed after that because I'm tired and I need spells.
Pretty sure that Voxis and Morty are both asleep. Brick's gonna get up and try and walk outside to where Cloaky is. If that dude's not gonna stop him.
Okay.
Without the hammer and shield, we'll leave that.
Guard doesn't stop you. You see Cloaky just kind of... Brick is really quiet. He's hard to hear. Yeah, we're going to figure that out for next session.
Yeah, sorry.
So... You make your way over, Cloaky. You do see him.
Hello, friend.
Hi, Cloaky. Brick just kind of sits down next to wherever she's sitting.
Thanks for coming to hang out.
I'm sorry you have to be here.
I'm sorry that Morty had to tell secrets that weren't his.
Morty was just... I think Morty had all of our best interests at heart. I honestly think if he hadn't done what he did, we probably wouldn't be alive right now.
I understand. And I understand why other people think that that's better. I just don't.
For what it's worth. I'm glad he did what he did. He put his own life at risk, bringing us here.
I know.
And
I know he didn't mean anything by it. Well, he meant to save us, which is a noble cause, I suppose, but the secrets of my people are more important to me than my life.
well, Morty didn't say anything other than, I guess he didn't give him any more information than he needed to, and he didn't tell them about where to get it, because he said you'd give it to him, or they shouldn't say that. They had to talk to you, and he did, and you said no. But that's besides the point.
Yes, but them knowing means that there's a high chance that people are not going to go searching through the Zendrick forests for things that aren't theirs.
And they'll get eaten by giant spiders like we about did.
Something tells me these people will have a easier time of it than we did.
Listen, I don't know much about these arcane studies, but what I do understand is that most mages tend to be pretty unathletic and can't handle the rigors of jungle travel. Morty's an exception to the rule.
They have other advantages. They don't need the physical.
I regret lying to Morty.
I know, Brick. Though it seems like he is taking it well at this point, now that we're in this situation. So there's that.
I'm still not proud of it.
I know. We were just trying to protect him. I don't necessarily think we did the best job of that either.
Okay.
You didn't see it earlier.
Out of game, like, why does Brick and Cloaky have the most heart-to-hearts of all of these characters? It's fucking weird.
It's because Brick's growing a soul.
He is growing a soul.
I was gonna say,
And Cloaky's the one to guide him in growing that soul.
Brick's gonna get up and go. I
Yeah.
hope you don't stay up the whole night.
I have
Yeah,
to protect my brain.
I was gonna say, you also have to realize that technically my character Voxis, he's gone through a few traveling companions at this point.
Brick Voxis
There was like
for
five.
For what it's worth, Morty's not even one of those originals.
Well, yeah, none of you are. I'm the only original.
Right.
So yeah, Brick will go back inside, sit down, and he'll kind of before he kind of powers down for the night, he'll just glance over at Morty, and then just.
Okay. I think it just being maybe I missed something there.
I just motioned like he was gonna smash Morty while he was sleeping. That's all.
Okay. You guys do get a long rest. Those of you who are powered down and asleep.
Oh, thank God.
Cloaky, you will have the first level of exhaustion upon the next day.
Sounds good.
Morty, you can, I believe it's a die 6 plus 1 for your staff. And it was 7 charges,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Oh God.
So how many charges do you need to be able to do that spell?
7.
No, I mean, how many left do you need?
What do you mean?
Doesn't it have 10 charges? You get 1 die 6
Yes, it has
plus 1. So
Right. I haven't rolled that yet.
Okay. So you have 3 charges left on it.
Right.
So you would have to roll a 5 or better, technically. If you
It's
want to have one left.
I'm back at full.
Yeah, it's one. It's 1 plus.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. I was just
He
making
rolled a
sure.
6 anyway, so
So on the
that was a
morrow-
very important roll.
Yes.
Yeah, he would have had to roll a 3 or higher, which I mean, he still had a 66% chance. But
Yeah.
So upon
Well,
the morning,
four,
your staff is
He
fully
used
charged.
all of it.
Yep.
You do wake up. Everything seems to be just fine. So upon the morrow, Cloaky, you do notice that the guard shifts out probably around 3 or 4 in the morning. New guard comes in, sits down, gives you a wave like he knows you're there, and then just goes about his little business. It looks like he's whittling on what appears to be a wooden horse.
Aw,
And
Brick.
and
what through the door?
the rest of the night goes by uneventfully. Everybody wakes up in the morning. There is a knock at the door. Cloaky, you see Lady Indra approach and glances at you, then glances at the door, knocks on the door. This is where we are going to leave off for the night, as it is just past 9 o'clock. I know we got a little bit of a late start. I hope everyone enjoyed the new setup that we have for Shattered Bonds. We're only going to keep improving it. We're going to try and keep improving our, entire setup as a whole. So thank you to everyone that stopped out and, spent the night with us. First Silhouette, Phaedra, Marquis. There were a couple of other ones, if I can get it to shift. SJ Still gave us a follow tonight. Treacle gave us a follow tonight. A couple days ago, Let's Play with the Devil gave us a follow. So I want to thank all of you that gave us a follow, and thank you for supporting the stream. I couldn't do this without my fabulous players, Voxis, Bricc, Morty, and Cloaky. So everyone that was in chat, thank you for talking it up. It's always a blast to have you here. I couldn't thank you enough. And I would toast you with beer, but as I explained, I'm not drinking due to medications that I'm currently taking, as I did have surgery on my hands. No, I didn't have, a party to Hawthorne Heights or anything like that. So toasting with zero sugar Dr. Pepper. I am toasting you with strawberry flavored coconut milk. So cheers. So as always, have a good night. Be intrepid and journey on, friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you.